You wake up one morning, check your bank account, and realize that the money you've scraped together and saved for years can't even buy a single loaf of bread. War isn't just fought on the front lines with guns and artillery. The real war is waged against your wallet, your savings, and your hard work. A bomb detonating thousands of kilometers away from your home can empty your pockets. So, while the world burns, how do we protect our own economy, our families, and our savings? How can you protect your money in the event of a war? Fasten your seatbelts, because today we are cracking the economic codes of survival. If you're ready, let's get started. Part 1. The broken window, trap and the death of cash. First of all, let's trash this big lie. War stimulates the economy. Factories run, unemployment ends. No, in economics, this is called the broken window fallacy. Yes, when a shop's window is broken, the glazier makes money, but the shop owner, who could have bought a new machine with that money, merely replaces the old window. Destruction never creates wealth. It only destroys it. When a state goes to war or allocates massive defense budgets, it has to find that money from somewhere. They raise taxes, but that's not enough. Do you know what they do? They fire up the printing presses and print unbacked money. And right at that moment, the cash in your pocket starts melting away like ice. Look at history. This is exactly what happened in post-WWI Germany or during the Yugoslav Civil War in the 1990s. Hyperinflation exploded so violently in Yugoslavia that grocery prices changed within hours. Instead of keeping the billion denomination banknotes printed by the state, people converted everything they got their hands on into foreign currency or bartering goods. Rule 1. When you smell war, holding on to cash, especially the local currencies of at-risk countries, is financial suicide. Inflation is an invisible thief that secretly steals the bill of war from your purchasing power. Part 2. Safe havens, gold, the stock market, or land. So where do we invest our money? The first thing that comes to mind is, of course, gold. In times of crisis, gold has been the ultimate safe haven for thousands of years. For instance, when the conflicts between Iran and Israel flared up in the Middle East in March 2026, global panic sent the ounce of gold skyrocketing over $5,400 in an unprecedented way. Financial experts say that keeping 10% to 15% of your portfolio in gold or precious metals is the most logical shield during periods of such high geopolitical risk. But wait, it's not just gold. When we look at the Middle Ages or ancient times, we see that the wealthy didn't store their fortunes as massive piles of gold, but rather as land, houses, and functioning businesses. Then there's the stock market myth. Most people panic and sell their shares when war breaks out. However, historical data reveals a very surprising fact. Throughout the major wars of the 20th century, the shares of large-cap companies yielded an average return of 11.4%. Although markets initially crash out of fear, they usually recover within 3 to 5 years. Food, energy, and unfortunately defense industry companies, in particular, post massive profits during these periods. Rule 2. Don't panic and sell all your investments at a loss. Own physical protectors like gold, but at the same time, turn crises into opportunities and rebalance your portfolio. And the golden rule: never keep all your assets in a single country. Diversify internationally. Part 3. The black market, supply chains, and new currencies war means the closure of trade routes. Today, most of the energy and food we use in the world passes through straits and oceans. We saw how wheat and fertilizer prices soared during the 2022 Ukraine war, and how oil suddenly shot up to the 90s, and freight costs multiplied with the closure of the Strait of Hormuz in 2026. If war comes right to your doorstep, paper money or digital coins will be completely useless. During World War II, when everything was rationed, meat to sugar, clothing, people built a massive black market network just to survive. Car tires or a pack of coffee became even more valuable than gold. Think about the strangest currencies history has ever seen. What replaced money in prisoner of war camps? Packs of cigarettes. Because everyone knew their value, they were easy to carry and they could be bartered. Survival experts warn, in a true economic collapse, the best barter items to have on hand are salt, long-lasting foods, water purification tablets, coffee, and medical supplies. Rule 3. Don't rely solely on digital numbers. Make sure you have a small emergency stockpile of basic materials that have real-world equivalents and that people will always need. Part 4. The only asset governments can't steal. We've reached the most crucial point of the video. Your gold can be stolen, your house can be bombed, the stock market can crash, and your bank accounts can be frozen. But in a moment of crisis, you have one single asset that no one, no state, and no war can tear away from you: your own skills and your health. If you are in a world where everything has collapsed, someone who understands the stock market holds no value. But the value of a medic who can stitch a wound and knows first aid, a mechanic who can fix a broken engine, or a farmer who can grow food from the soil cannot even be measured in gold. If you truly want to be prepared against war and economic disasters, invest your money not only in banks, but also in your own education, practical skills, and physical strength. Those who survive hard times are not the ones with fat bank accounts, but those with the highest adaptability. Conclusion. To sum it up, wars don't just test the financial limits of nations, they test yours as well. Stay away from cash that melts away in the face of inflation. Divide your assets among physical metals, productive companies, and different geographies. Always secure your basic physical needs in case supply chains break down. And most importantly, invest in yourself, your body, and your mind. I hope the world never sees major wars again, and you never need the things I've talked about here. But remember, the survivors in history are not always the lucky ones. They are the prepared ones. If you found this survival and economy guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. What is your most trusted investment for times of crisis? Let's meet in the comments. Take great care of yourselves, your health, and your money. See you next time.